Look around you, different things born out of truth and passion. Business software, it's our craft, our identity. Thoughtfully engineered, passionately designed to help you transform your business. Zoho, made in India, made for the world.
Hello and welcome. You have tuned into Buy Now, Sell Now on ET Now. I'm Srishti Sharma and with me is Kavita, and you are catching us live from SBI Live Studios. And Kavita, what a move on the benchmark indices, because just on Friday we had seen so much of nervousness kicking in on the benchmark indices, but a decent rebound, I would say, in today's trading session.
Totally. It's the market looks like snapping their 6 days losing streak after gains, especially in IT, metals, PSU Bank. I mean, these are really driving and keeping the momentum up. But then even look at the broader markets, 0.5% up, both mid cap and small cap. But then, yes, a lot of support coming in sectorally from PSU Bank. The index is almost up 1.5%. Look at IT, 0.5% up. At the same time, Pharma, FMCG, and even the defense pack is doing better. So overall, the market is trying to regain the momentum. But then, yes, we did touch a low of 24,669, Srishti, and the movement is very range bound, though, as far as we can see right now. Even the bank Nifty, slightly flattish, but then, yeah, marginally up, we can say. Look at the market breadth, it's looking good. It's in the favor of advances. So far, 1644, and advances declines 1084. Top numbers or top names on Nifty 50, we can see BEL 2.5% up, Eternal 2%, Indocent almost 1.5%, Sun Pharma, Cipla, Hindalco doing good over there with gains of almost 1 to 1.5%. On the losing side, we have Axis Bank, Maruti Suzuki, Tata Consumer, HDFC Life, L&T, and SBI Life also almost 0.5% down right now. So this is the action, and yes, the market is trying hard to regain the momentum. But let's focus on your queries now. And we have with us Gaurang Shah, Senior Vice President, GOG Investments. And we also have Kunal Parar, Vice President, Technical Research and Algo Choice Equity Broking. Hi, good morning and welcome to the show. Let's get the market tone set and let's get a better understanding in terms of technical and on the basis of charts. Kunal, how are you looking at the markets? So far, the low that we've touched is 24,669 on Nifty.
Well, no doubt we have been witnessing some good upside momentum in today's trading session. Market is up by 100 points and trading at 24,755. But Nifty has a strong resistance of its 100 days moving average, which is placed at 24,940. So Nifty has to sustain above this level to march towards the level of 25,600 level unless we won't see any further upside momentum in the Nifty itself. While if you talk about downside momentum, then downside is still open at 24,400 to 24,300 level. So from my perspective, it's like a sell on rise. Sell on rise strategy would be a more fruitful strategy than the go for creating any long at present level.
Today coming in on the markets, but let's get started with all your stock related queries. On the bottom of your screen and on the top of your screen as well, we'll keep flashing that how you can connect with us and write to us. Tell us your name, the stock that you have invested in, the time period that you want to stay invested in, and we'll try to get the best advice for you from our experts. So let's get started, and we have so many queries that have started trickling in. The first one that we get to see is coming in from Bharat from Mumbai. And Gaurang, firstly, good afternoon to you. And this query is coming in on Bandhan Bank, wherein Bharat is already holding 2,000 shares. Buy price is 246 rupees. His time horizon is for the next 6 months to 1 year. What's your take coming in on Bandhan Bank? Should he continue holding this counter, or can he make a switch to TCS and hold on to that?
Thank you so much, Srishti, for having me on the show. Good morning to all the viewers of ET Now, to you, to Kavita, and to my good friend Kunal. Small disclosure before I go any further. All recommendations that I'll be sharing with you this morning on the show are a part of our research team recommendations. Our company, Jyojit or I, we do not have any personal investments, no financial interest, no conflict of interest. but we give advice to our clients on similar lines. They might hold their investment interest. Now, coming on to Bandhan Bank, well, we do have an accumulate stance on Bandhan Bank from a long-term perspective. The problems history with Bandhan Bank is, sustainability in terms of earning visibility. There is a problem. 1 or 2 quarters are good, and 1 or 2 quarters are equally bad, and hence we see this kind of underperformance as far as Bandhan Bank is concerned. Second is the loan book exposure, which is largely exposed to semi-urban and rural India, wherein recovery is a little bit of sticky issue in terms of principal and interest that's been given out. But over a longer period of time and the change in the top management, our sense is that there should be better days ahead to see for Bandhan Bank in terms of earning visibility and sustainability. So if you're a long-term investor, you can continue to hold on. We have targets of somewhere close to about 195 to 200 rupees. Other question was, should he shift to TCS? Now, since we have positive coverage on both, I am in a dilemma. I'm caught between the devil and the deep blue sea. If he has additional investable amount, he can definitely invest in TCS, given the valuation and the correction in IT sector, IT index, and stocks like TCS and mid-cap stocks because of the tariff-related as well as H-1B visa fees-related issues. IT sector remains positive for us from 1.5, 2 year plus kind of perspective.
All right, TCS and IT is the sector and the stock on radar, which Bharat should be considering. But then let's take Soumya's question, and this is from Bangalore, and she says that she bought 90 shares of ITC at 415. All right, Kunal, considering the time horizon is short-term or maybe a new-term outlook, what will be your recommendation based on this particular buying price, 415, and also if a stop loss, if you could recommend?
Well, if we talk about ITC right now, ITC is trading at 406 level. ITC has a strong support at 395, and we may see some good kind of bounce back the counter up to the level of 425. And if stock break this level, then further upside would be there up to the level of 450. So I think one should wait. One should hold this stock with strict stop loss of 395, and I think this is the perfect time to get into the stock because this is the third time that the stock is going to take a support, and it may march towards the level of 440 to 450. So yes, perfect level to get into the stock, perfect level to go for even average in the existing position with strict stop loss of 395. Target would be 425 would be the first, and if say stock break this level, then further upside would be there up to the level of 450.
That's day coming in on ITC, but we do get a lot of these live callers on the show as well. And let's take one. We are being joined by Arunachala, who is joining us on the show right now. Arunachalam, hi, very good morning, and thank you so much for joining us on ET Now. Just go on. We have our experts with us. What's your query today?
Very good morning, madam. Very good morning to answering my query. To the expert. Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. Please go on.
Okay. I bought 13,000 shares of IOB, Indian Overseas Bank, at the rate of 40.62, 40 rupees 62 paise. Hello, do you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Indian Overseas Bank. What's the time horizon you want to stay invested?
I started buying the stock around 2024. From December, I started buying the stock. I average it to 40 rupees 62 paise. Shall I hold for another 6 months or 1 year?
Right.
Shall I get profit on that stock? Yeah.
All right, Gaurang, so you did hear his query. He has been buying the shares of Indian Overseas Bank for now. He is holding the shares close to 40 odd rupees is his buying price. For now, it's a bit of a loss for him. But do you believe if he continues with this particular investment for the next 6 months, it can really get him good and handsome reward?
Srishti, 6 months is not something that I am capable of answering the query, but from a long-term perspective, let me give you a little bit of insight as far as the PSU banks are concerned. We remain positive. Our research team is positive on the PSU bank. There has been a major turnaround. The only problem is I can't understand. Mr. Balaji bought, I think, 12,000 shares at 40 plus something. And he said that he's been buying from December 24. That means he's been averaging. Now, there is a discipline and a rule as far as averaging is also concerned. Averaging should be done according to my understanding, and I hope I'm right. Averaging should be done if you invested in a strong fundamental stock, and in case if the stock price comes down from your acquisition level, say about 5 or 10%, then you should average some quantity, not the entire quantity. And similarly, you could use lower levels to add maybe little small quantities at lower levels. Unfortunately, on Indian Overseas Bank, we don't have a coverage, and here again, this is a similar problem. The smaller public sector banks, Shrishti, sustainability of earnings is a big question mark. While we remain positive on public sector banks, our coverage is on State Bank of India, Indian Bank, Canara Bank, PNB, Bank of Baroda, and Bank of India. These are the stronger public sector banks compared to IOB.
Kunal, any specific call from your end for IOB?
Well, if you talk about IOB right now trading at 38.57, and we may see some kind of good bounce back because stock has a strong support at 35.50 to 36 level. If you talk about upper side target, then technically first target would be at 43, and if stock break this level, then yeah, further upside would be there up to the level of 49. So I'm not seeing any momentum beyond 49 in short term to medium term, but yeah, we can expect somewhere around 44 to 45 level.
All right, so that's the take coming in on IOB. Let's watch out for that. But the next query that we have is coming in from Govind from Hyderabad. He's been holding 2,000 shares of Lemon Tree Hotels at a price of 136 rupees. Kunal, any view here?
Sorry, which stock is there?
His buy price is 136 rupees. He did not mention that for how long he wants to be in. But Lemon Tree Hotels is the stock, and off late as well on the back of the expansion plans, new acquisitions, the stock has been in focus. He's sitting at decent profits, but what's the outlook going ahead?
Well, yes, definitely. 136 the buying price. Right now, stock is trading at 164. Stock has a strong support at 160. So, from my perspective, please hold this stock with strict stop loss of 160 because we may see some kind of bounce back. And with the help of this bounce back, stock may march towards the level of 180. And if stock break this level, then further upside would be there up to the level of 221. So, from my side, please hold this stock with strict stop loss of 160. Good upside momentum would be there.
Right. Recommended to hold the stock with a stop loss of 160. Gaurang, any view on this particular counter? Is it there on your radar? And a long-term strategy if one might want to opt or go for, even at these current levels?
So on the sector, we remain positive, Kavita, that is the hospitality industry. And if you reflect upon the management commentary over the last 2 quarters, most of the leading hospitality companies, that is hotels, have gone into a major capex drive, or they are increasing their capacity in the existing facilities or assets that they have. While we remain positive on this sector, like I mentioned, we have positive coverage on Indian hotels. But speaking about Lemon Tree, no specific recommendations, but this is also one of the stronger players in terms of small to mid-sized hospitality chain of hotels that they have. Tariffs are going to go up undoubtedly, and they have gone up post-COVID, especially in the last 2 years or one and a half year. These tariffs, room tariffs I'm talking about, is likely to go up, according to the verbatim given by some of the management, by another 15% odd. Along with that, you have festive season, you have holiday season, you have marriage season coming. That means income from banquets is also going to ring in on the positive side. So the sector looks positive. This Lemon Tree is a strong player, no specific recommendations, but we are positive on, like I mentioned, Indian hotels.
All right, so that's the
or a long-term buy that you are looking at or you want to strategize it. We have with us Gaurang Shah and Kunal Parar, who will be answering your queries. And we are also joined by our live viewer, Mr. Jay Krishnan from Kerala. Hi, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Please tell us your question.
I have got two regarding two shares.
Okay.
One is persistent at 5,500.
5,500. Got
and
it.
Dixon Technology at 16,500. And please tell me, my duration is for 6 months.
6 months.
What should I know, whether I should exit and go to some other shares?
Okay.
If that is okay, please suggest some shares.
All right, perfect. Kunal, let me come to you. And first, let's begin with persistent. 5500 is his buying price and 6 months time horizon.
Well, if you talk about this stock, I think further downside would be there. Right now, stock is trading at 4957. Stock has already given a breakout of its it's an intermediate bottom, which was placed at 5000 level, and right now stock is trading below that level. If stock gives it close below this level, then further downside would be there up to the level of 4600 to 4500. So from my side, hold this stock, and if stock gives it close below 5000 in today's trading session, then please exit from this stock tomorrow in morning, because afterwards we may see further correction in the counter up to the level of 4600 to 4500. Now if we talk about another stock, another stock for reshuffling this investment, then from IT sector, I think for short to medium term one should wait and watch, because further correction would be there based on the ongoing conflict between the USA and the India on the visa sides. And for long-term perspective in the IT counters, I think Gaurang sir would be the perfect ones who can guide us thoroughly.
Indeed, but along with that, we also want your advice on Dixon Tech as well, because for the next 6 months, he wants to keep up with this particular holding as well. For now, his buy price is 16,500. Kunal, what's your take here? If you can help us with that, because just a couple of days back, the stock was very close to that 18,500 mark. For now, it has corrected almost 2,000 rupees from those levels. How do you view this?
Well, from my side, it's like exit call. Right now, stock is trading at 16,700 level, and we may see further downside momentum up to the level of 16,100. And if stock break this level, then further downside would be there up to the level 15,500. So from my side, it's an exit call at present level.
All right, so exit call from Dixon Tech as well. But then let's take Satya's question. And Gaurang, if this stock is in your coverage, Glenmark Pharma and Aurobindo Pharma, he wants to know if he can initiate anything for long term on these counters, and if these counters are not on your radar, anything in this particular sector, or overall recommendation would be to just stay away till we get more clarity.
I doubt when President Trump keeps on changing his mind, Kavita, every morning and comes out with signing an executive order, we'll ever get clarity on that. That's the biggest problem. He's the most unpredictable president that United States of America has ever had, according to me. Having said that, I think Aurobindo and Glenmark are the two stocks on which our viewer wants clarity. Well, we have accumulate stance and buy on both of them from a long-term perspective. Kavita, the problem is that the 100% tariff on pharma by America across the board is going to push up the cost of healthcare and the cost of hospitalization and diagnostic cost in America, which is going to hurt the common citizen in America. This is what my understanding is. India is, and India will always remain a pharmacy to the world. I don't think any country is capable of standing even closer to us when it comes to our capability of production, R&D, and supply side chains. So we will be in sweet spot for a longer period of time. Short term, because of news flows, etc., tariff, etc., you may have a knee-jerk reaction on the counters. But from a longer perspective, both of them, our research team has got a buy and an accumulate stance on Aurobindo as well as Glenmark.
All right, so that's a buy call coming in on both of these counters. But along with that, let me move on. And Kunal, the next query is coming in from you. This one is from Venu, who's a senior citizen from Chennai. And interestingly, he wants a technical view on two of the counters. One of them is Hind Copper. He says that after so many months, the stock managed to cross above that 320 odd levels. He is holding almost 1,000 shares. His buy price is 290 rupees. Is the risk reward favorable to go ahead and accumulate more? That's one query. And the other one is M&M, that has corrected after crossing 3,700 rupees just a few weeks back. We have seen that particular number on that stock. Is it a good buy right now after the recent correction?
Hind copper right now trading at 319. I'm not suggesting to go for adding any further position. If stock gives it any correction up to the level of 295, then I think one should go for creating any fresh position, because at 295 stock has a strong support. And if you talk about upper side target from the present level, we may see some good upside momentum up to the level of 358. And if stock break this level, then further upside would be there up to the level of 380. So yes, based on this current scenario, based on this current juncture, I think good upside momentum would be there. And for adding any fresh position or adding any average in the existing position, please wait for minor correction up to the level of 295. And if you talk about M&M right now, stock is trading at 3400. Stock is fundamentally good company, and we may see some good upside momentum in the counter based on the current ongoing number of sales number of M&M. Right now, stock is trading at 3,440, and stock is a strong support at 3,400 level. We may see some kind of bounce back in the counter again up to the level of 3,600 to 3,800. So yes, from my side, it's a perfect candidate to get into the stock at present level with strict stop loss of 3,200. And if stock break this level, then even we may see some level beyond the 4,000 as well. So yes, from my side, I think it's a thumbs up for M&M at present level.
Let's have a look at what the markets are up to. So it's a bit of a U-turn that the Indian benchmark indices have showed right now, because it's Nifty Bank, I believe, that has now drifted in the red territory. Along with that, it's Nifty 50. After one point in time, it was having over 100 points of gain. But for now, it's just 20 points of gain that this index is holding and trading absolutely flat. But a lot of stock-related queries have been trickling in. We have Gaurang, and now we have Manas Jaiswal on the show right now. We will welcome him, but before that, let me just address the next query that we have. And Gaurang, I believe I will come to you for this one, because this one is a Blue Jet Healthcare. This is the stock query that we are getting to have next, coming in from Manoj from Mumbai. He's actually got 300 shares. His buy price is 875 rupees. Any take here? Is this stock under your coverage list?
Well, so the healthcare sector also looks quite promising from a long-term point of view. And this IPO was in, I think, October 23. We had come out with a subscribed note on the IPO from a long-term point of view. Currently, we don't have a coverage. But the problem right now is that along with pharma, healthcare and diagnostic sector is also under pressure because of the reasons known to all of us. From a longer term perspective, I think the kind of capacity that Blue Jet Healthcare has and the kind of capability that they have, the performance from a longer term perspective should be stronger. And that was the reason why we came out with the IPO note. So if I have to keep that IPO note as a base of my recommendation, which was some time back, and it is a long term because we had given a subscribe from a long term point of view, continue to hold on if you are a long term investor.
Long-term investor advises to keep it on. Nikhil Sharma from Mumbai wants to ask a question, and Manas, he's been holding Tata Motors 45 quantity, and 668.45 is the level at which he's bought. When would be the right time to exit the stock? Very interesting. And we've been seeing this counter as being one of the underperformer as well in the entire auto pack. But then what will be your recommendation? And yes, the right time to exit, because a lot of time people ask the entry time, but he wants to know the exit one. And also, if he's exiting this counter, any other counter that you might want to recommend?
See, in auto space, I think it is better idea to enter in Maruti rather than taking long position in Tata Motors, because stock has been facing a lot of resistance near its 200 moving average for quite some time. So if you want to buy Tata Motors, then I think you should wait for a breakout above 740. If you are already long, then keep the strict stop loss below 720. However, if you want to create long position in auto space, I would definitely recommend Maruti for medium to long term, not at short term pick, but because stock is correcting, and if it corrects more and if it comes near 15,500, then definitely you can look for medium to long term pick. You can buy Maruti at near to 15,500 and keep the stop loss below 14,500, because looking at the long term charts, I think stock has potential to test 17,500. So on decline, you can enter in Maruti.
So on declines, you can enter in Maruti, avoid Tata Motors as of now. But Karang, is the same call coming by you as well? Because Tata Motors has been an underperformer, reeling under pressure because of this JLR issue. Would you agree, or would you have the same advice, long Maruti and avoid Tata Motors as of now?
Well, I would beg to differ with my good friend Manas over here from a longer term perspective on the fundamental. Look, Manas takes care of technicals. I look at fundamentals. I think the date is also nearing wherein the company which Tata Motor management spoke about hiving off the company into two different businesses. One will be passenger vehicle and the second will be commercial vehicle. Issue with respect to last week news flow of hacking or cyber attack on JLR, which will cost them quite a decent amount. These are near-term concerns. From a longer-term perspective, I think whatever has been reflected upon on the positive side as far as the policy changes, GST 2.0 is concerned, new launches, I think Tata Motors would be the leading company in terms of launching new models or relaunching some of the old models in a new avatar. We remain positive from a longer-term perspective. Look, difficult times will come on any particular sector and company. But if the company and the management is capable of overcoming that difficult times with a very strategic business strategy, then I think you should continue to hold on. So we have a hold recommendation on a Tata Motor from a longer term perspective.
All right, let's move on. Let's take Sudha's question. And Manas, recall Nalco and Shipping Corporation. We don't know the buying price, but assuming that she wants to initiate something on these counters, what would be your recommendation, for how long?
See, if you're talking about Nalco, yes, we have seen some correction. But again, if you're talking about the medium to short-term trend, then I think you should wait for more correction in Nalco. The stock is trading below 20-day moving average, and looking at the pattern, I believe that Nalco can correct more. It can come in the range of 195 to 190. So near 190, definitely you can look to buy Nalco, but not at current levels. I think you should wait for some more correction. If you're talking about Shipping Corporation, then let me just check Shipping Corporation. So yes, see, if you are a medium to long term trader, or if you can put money for next 6 to 8 months time, then definitely you can look to buy Shipping Corporation, because stock is moving sideways, but medium to long term trend is quite positive. I believe that even at current levels, you can enter in Shipping Corporation, keep the stop loss below 200, and you can set the bigger target of around 260 to 280 for next 6 to 8 months time in Shipping Corporation.
All right, so that's the take coming in on both of these counters. Moving on to the next one. This query is coming in on Tata Power as well as Adani Power. And Gaurang, this query, let me take it from you. The viewer did not mention his name, but he says that he's holding 1,000 shares of Tata Power for the last 2 years at an average price of 370 rupees. Now, should he continue holding this counter or switch to some of the other stocks within the same sector like Adani Power? Will that be a good idea?
Well, so while no specific comments on Adani Power, it has gone, I think it is adjusted for some corporate development. I think there's a split, if I'm not mistaken, on Adani Power, Shrishti. No specific comments since we don't have a coverage, but this one also remains to be a strong contender with respect to the entire power generating sector is concerned. So instead of flip-flopping, my advice would be that, and again, a disclosure, we do have a buy recommendation on Tata Power from a long-term perspective. Tata Power approximate target somewhere close to about 470. Today itself, we had some news about Tata Power extending its charging facility to Volvo Eicher JV. Along with that, Tata Power has also gone quite strong in terms of their solar power business that they rolled out some time back. Conventional power, adding new power generating capacities, and of course, the statement made by the Honorable Finance Minister in the budget, power from nuclear or nuclear power. There are two companies which are making foray. One is GSW Power, on which we have positive coverage, and Tata Power. So instead of doing a flip-flop, I think it would be better to hold on to Tata Power.
All right, so he can hold on to Tata Power. And with that, thank you so much, Gaurang, for taking time out and helping our viewers with their stock-specific queries. And it's time for a quick break as well. But then we'll be back. Until then, you can get in touch with us, send across your queries. See you after this break.
मुझसे नहीं होगा यार।
उनको देख रहे हो क्या संगीत तक ये स्टेप सीख पाएंगे? ये खूबसूरत चिंता आप करिए, शादी के पर्सनल लोन की चिंता हम संभाल लेंगे।
With EMI starting at 94 rupees per day and tenure up to 7 years.
पैसा लगाना है तो सेंचुरी क्लब प्राइम पे लगाओ, डूबेगा नहीं, जलेगा भी नहीं, कोई खा नहीं जाएगा, धोखा नहीं देगा, ऊपर नीचे भी नहीं होगा, सेफ रहेगा, सिक्योर्ड में मिनिमम 30 साल का रिटर्न देगा। अब इससे बेटर इन्वेस्टमेंट है तो बताओ। सेंचुरी क्लब प्राइम, रहो बेफिक्र।
Pace Digitech Limited now launches an initial public offer of equity shares of face value of 2 rupees each in the price band of 208 rupees to 219 rupees per equity share. Bid issue opens on September 26 and closes on September 30, 2025. For risk factors and other details, please refer to the red herring prospectus available on the websites of the SEBI, the stock exchanges, the book running lead manager and the company.
आइए दोस्तों, भारत ने जियो कैसे बनाया उन किस्सों को सुनते हैं।
हमारी बहू रानी ने ना कहा था यूपीआई। जब मैंने यूपीआई से बिजनेस चलाया तब जियो मैंने बनाया।
जियो को 50 करोड़ देशवासियों ने मिलकर बनाया।
12 decades of trust, 12 decades of transforming lives. With every account, every loan, every smile, we built more than just a bank. This is the story of a journey, not just of a bank, but of trust. Bank of India, relationship beyond banking.
सर, बिजली का बिल आया है। सोलर पैनल लगवाने के बाद भी
अमाउंट बोलना है
60 लाख।
60 लाख? अरे इतने में तो
लग्जरी कार आ जाती। शौक मत हो, सात्विक के सोलर पैनल लगाओ और करो हर शौक पूरा। चाहे तो नई फैक्ट्री लगा लेना। हाँ? घर हो या फैक्ट्री, बोलता है कार्तिक, सोलर मतलब सात्विक। खराब मौसम में भी काम करता है।
बनाने के लिए राइट हैंड से फैब्रिक
डू इट योरसेल्फ इन्वेस्टर्स के लिए, रेडीमेड पोर्टफोलियो इन्वेस्टर्स के लिए, एंजल वन फॉर एवरीवन। 3 करोड़ इंडियंस की तरह आप भी शुरू कीजिए।
Investments in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.
मिशन चढ़ती कला, और मैं भारत के हर नागरिक को, उद्योगपति को, चैरिटेबल ट्रस्टों को, कलाकारों को, पूरी दुनिया में बसते पंजाबियों को, बहन भाइयों को दिल से अपील करता हूँ, आओ पंजाब को दोबारा अपने पांव पे खड़े करने का टाइम आ गया है। पुनर्वास में और रिस्ट्रक्चर में पंजाब का साथ दीजिए। मैं वचन देता हूँ, जो भी आप मेहनत की कमाई से 1 रुपया भी अगर निकालोगे तो 1.25 रुपया बना के हम पारदर्शिता और ईमानदारी से इस्तेमाल करेंगे। और जानकारी चाहिए तो rangla.punjab.gov.in ये वेबसाइट पे जा सकते हैं, सब कुछ डिटेल मिल जाएगा। आओ मिलकर हाथ से हाथ जोड़ के एक ऐसा पुण्य उसमें योगदान डालें और बता दें दुनिया को कि पंजाब किसी भी संकट के सामने।
लगता नहीं हम एक ही घर में रहते हैं।
जब घर की रौनक लौटानी हो, दीवारों को जब सजाना हो, नेरोलैक की दुनिया में आओ, रंगीन सपने सजाओ, नेरोलैक।
अब घर की रौनक लौटाओ, जापानीज टेक्नोलॉजी वाला नेरोलैक लगाओ।
वैल्यू फंड्स, इसमें ऐसा क्या है?
सोचिए सुपरमार्केट नहीं
तो फिर
स्टॉक मार्केट है, और रैक्स पे अलग अलग स्टॉक्स हैं। म्यूचुअल फंड्स ऐसे स्टॉक सिलेक्ट करते हैं जिनकी आज की वैल्यू उनके पोटेंशियल से कम है,
यानी स्टॉक्स जो डिस्काउंट पे है।
इन्वेस्टमेंट्स के लिए वैल्यू फंड्स में ऐसे स्टॉक्स चुने जाते हैं जिनकी कीमत आज कम है पर फ्यूचर में बढ़ सकती है। म्यूचुअल फंड्स निवेश बाजार जोखिमों के अधीन है। योजना से जुड़े सभी दस्तावेज ध्यानपूर्वक पढ़ें।
Twelve decades of trust, 12 decades of transforming lives. With every account, every loan, every smile, we built more than just a bank. This is the story of a journey, not just of a bank, but of trust. Bank of India, relationship beyond banking.
Welcome back. You're watching Buy Now, Sell Now from ET Now SBI Live Studio. And the last leg of the show, we have our expert Manas Jaiswal who's answering your stock-specific queries live. And just in case you've missed out our WhatsApp number, we'll be flashing the number on the screen so that you can send across your question. Manas, let's move on. And this is a question from Rahul, and he's based out of Kuwait. And he wants to ask a question on Piramal Enterprises. He says that he's interested in understanding the ideal entry level for the stock. And I'm assuming it's again a long-term time horizon that he's looking at.
See, I think one thing is very clear that the stock has already made a bottom near 1060. But again, if you want to buy, then you should buy on a breakout. If it breaks 1200, then definitely one can enter in the stock. Keep the stop loss below 1100 and you can set the bigger target of around 1350 and 1410 in PEL, that is Piramal Enterprises.
So that's the take coming in on Piramal Enterprise. Let's watch out for that. But Manas, the next query is coming in from Harsha from Chennai, holding 11,000 shares of NHPC at an average price of 52 rupees. Actually, he's ready to hold it for another 5 to 7 years. But what's your take coming in on this particular counter? Is that worth holding so long? Is the long-term chart looking this good?
See, right now, I think the stock is moving sideways in the range of 90 and 70 rupees. So if you're long in NHPC, keep the strict stop loss below 70 rupees. If it breaks 70, then I think you should exit from the long position. But if it breaks 90, 92, then again, the rally will resume. And in that case, stock can again come in the range of 110 to 115. So right now, it is consolidating. Just keep the strict stop loss below 70 and hold the stock.
So based on the stop loss, you're advised to hold the stock. On that note, thank you so much, Manas, for being on the show and helping our viewers strategize their stock-specific buying today.